Hey you guys, happy new year. This video is going up on February 1st and that is on purpose. It's time to reflect on the past month and how you did for the first month of 2026. I actually love writing my goals down every single year and just kind of reflecting on the previous year, and this year I wanted to add something besides just goals, and it's gonna be ins and outs. I've already written my goals down. A lot of them, if I don't complete it, I just add it on to the next year. I'm also someone that really likes to write things down, so I keep planners, notebooks, journals, sticky notes, every stationery thing you can think of. And I wanted to show you guys all the things that I got for this year. So if you feel like January was not the month for you, or you didn't keep up with any of the new things you wanted to try, it's not too late. It's still only been 31 days. So I did want to go over some of my goals and how I write them. For the last, I don't know, over 5 years that I've been writing my goals down every year, I've kind of learned to be more intentional with them. And what I mean by that is I will write down a goal and I'll actually add on to how I would achieve the goal. For example, when you say like read 10 books, how are you going to achieve reading 10 books? If you don't have structure, then most of the time you don't accomplish the goal. I've written down where I wanted to read 30 books a year. It never happens because, for one, it's just not realistic, at least for me. In the time that I set it as a goal, I was at school, I was working, like I was not going to be reading 30 books. So you also have to be pretty realistic. So an example of mine, and I have it all on my laptop, it's just easier that way, and then at the end of the year I actually write it in a journal. So a couple things that I want to share with you guys, and if you watched my last video then you already know, this is my number one goal for 2026, and that is to get accepted and start hygiene school in August. So that will be fall of 2026. It's been the biggest thing that I've been trying to accomplish for the last couple of years, and I get to apply this month. So that's one of my biggest goals. And then another thing is being more active. So I used to go and try going to the gym and it just never really works out. So I've mentioned that I have been doing Pilates. So I signed up for an intro class back in May of last year. So I want to continue that for 2026. Also, if you watch my what I got for Christmas video, I got a bunch of grip socks. So basically, there's no reason for me to stop Pilates at this point. I have to keep going. So I do Pilates twice a week, and then I want to start going on morning walks. I also wrote down like hiking and paddleboarding. I bought a paddleboard last year and I only went once, so that's gonna change. Another goal that I will share, and this is gonna be the last goal, is to be consistent with YouTube. Underneath that is creating a plan and a list of ideas, and then I want to start filming in January, which I've done so far. And then I want to go for one upload weekly. I like to get videos out every Sunday, if you guys haven't noticed, so I want to stay consistent with that. Every year I try to keep my goals to less than 10 goals. Again, just trying to be realistic. So I still have some more on the list, but that's just gonna be a few that I will be sharing. I also wanted to share with you some of my ins and outs of 2026. I actually just started this list this morning, so I am not finished with it yet. A few of the things on my ins is no phone until noon and 30 minutes before bed. Every one of us doom scrolls. It's the first thing that we check every single morning. I want to start my days productive and screen free. And then goal tracking. So this is so important because everybody definitely gets the New Year effect. You write your goals down and then you never really look at it again, and that's one of the reasons you don't achieve them. I'm gonna be tracking my goals quarterly, kind of just reflecting on if I've achieved them or if I'm even working towards achieving them, instead of it just getting kind of lost. The third thing I wrote down is experience over materials. Instead of buying a $200 jacket, you buy a $200 concert ticket, so you actually get to experience things. And this year I'm actually going to be going to the Bruno Mars concert. I'm so excited. It's not until October. That was one of the biggest purchases of January. It's rare to have the opportunity to see one of your favorite artists live, so I'm very excited about that. And then the last thing on one of my ends is getting ready. I didn't really try hard enough, and that just means like with my hair or just getting ready and just feeling put together. It makes you feel a lot better and more energized in your day, in my opinion. Also because I live in a city where I don't know a lot of people, so I don't really dress up a lot. So that's gonna be something that I changed this year. And then a few of my outs would be, the first thing is impulse buying. I am an impulse buyer for sure. I literally get Starbucks like 3 to 4 times a week. Trying to stop that. I buy anything that I want just because I feel like it, even though I don't need it. So that's something that I'm trying to work on. The next thing I wrote is rushing. I watched this video a couple months ago about how we tend to rush everything, meaning like we rush eating, we rush getting ready, and then you kind of start to think to yourself like, why are you rushing? Why aren't you taking the time to eat food? I definitely am someone that does that. For example, going to work, I wake up 30 minutes before I have to leave. All I do is wake up, brush my teeth, get dressed, and then leave. And this past month, I've been trying to wake up just a little bit earlier just to have a slower morning. And then I also wrote doom scrolling, self-explanatory. And then the last thing for now is wasting my 5 to 9. So I work till 5. Now that I don't have school, I've definitely noticed that I don't do anything after I get home, besides maybe on days I cook. But I'm making a change to try and do at least one thing every single night. One of that would be editing a video on a Tuesday night. So just things like that. I could go into a lot more detail, but those are a few of my ins and outs. And then the next thing I wanted to show you guys is all of the things that I bought for the new year. And this might be one of the impulse buyings that I was talking about. I got this from Target. It just says things to remember. And then this is where I wrote all my ins and outs. And then you can tear it out because it's perforated at the top. I'm using this for my everyday to-do list. One thing for me is I don't like to write things on my planner and then end up not completing it. So this is kind of like the rough draft, and I can look at it and see what I have to do that day, and then I can check off which one I complete. So this is really useful. I actually found this other one. This is also from Target, and I thought it was the cutest thing until I started using it. This one says to do. It has the date, and then it has the check boxes. I thought this was perfect for a to-do list notepad, but it's just too small. So every time I would write on it, it's not really like the easiest way to write. So it's not very convenient, but I think I'm gonna keep it maybe when I'm in hygiene school, so I can just have it in my bag since it's small and compact. I also got a new planner, of course. I think I've been having a planner since maybe 2018. This is the planner I chose for this year because I don't have school for another 8 months because I'm getting into the hygiene program. I just wanted to choose a small one. So this one says agenda, and then this says 2026, and in the first page it says start each day with a grateful heart, and then it comes with little stickers. It's a polka dot theme. I haven't written anything down for February, but it's really small. So every Sunday I will write down all the things that I did for that week because I know that I actually did them. I really like to keep track of the things that I do, and I write down people's birthdays, my appointments, things like that. Got this. I have not opened it. It is a a little whiteboard. This example down here, it has a photo and then it just says like Psych Exam Friday. What I've noticed is visually it helps me more to see things. I write things down, yes, I have it on my phone, but I think that it would be nice to have a board just so that I can write anything down. And it's just this little mini one, and I'll write like my work shift and then any appointments or whatever I'm doing. This last thing I did not purchase this year. I've had this for a few years now, but it is the 5-minute journal. I'm sure that you guys have heard of it. If not, it is pretty much just a little journal prompt, and then you tell it what you're grateful for, affirmations, and I think I've only used about this much, so not a lot. This also has a night portion, so at the end of the day you can talk about the highlights of your day and what you learned. I don't do it every day, but when I'm in the mood for it, it's really nice to write on. I told you guys I have a lot of stationery stuff. Another journal from Target. This one says notes. I really like the color of this one. This is dedicated to content creating only. It's all about just YouTube, Instagram, maybe TikTok, where I can actually write down my plans. So far, I've only written down my YouTube video ideas and planning. More organizing means more chances of getting things done. And then I lied, that was not the last thing that I wanted to show you. So this is one of my TikTok shop purchases. It's the bucket list calendar by Brooklyn Swenson. I thought this was such a cool thing to purchase because it will encourage me to do what's on it. So far, okay, I'm not totally done. I'm pre-filming this, so I still have like an entire week to do this. So I have only done the write a letter you'll open next January, and then I did a couple things, but I haven't put the sticker on there yet. So it also comes with the sticker, and then you put it on the date that you completed it. Some of the things on here I can definitely still do. I wanted to show you guys February. I haven't even looked at all of this yet because I wanted to wait till the month comes. So this is how this month will look like. I can already eat a dessert you've never tried. Definitely I'm gonna do that. Make chocolate covered fruit, and then list 5 things that made you smile today. So these are just such a cool idea because I every new year want to try new things but never know what to do. So this is going to be great for the rest of 2026. And then if you guys do want to buy one, just make sure that you do get the one by Brooklyn, because there are a lot of fakes out there, and I personally want to make sure that I'm supporting the artists. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and know that it's not too late to do your new year reset or rebranding for 2026. Now is the time to reflect if you didn't have the best first month of the year. So I'm very excited to be creating more videos, and if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. I am so grateful for everyone that watches my videos. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.